May 18th, 2011. Well, 3.5 days. About 3.5 days, I guess, until Mr. Camping's prediction comes true. It certainly isn't a prophecy. It wasn't a vision. It wasn't anything given to him from God. I'm just going to get into a reading here. Hopefully people can understand it. Fortunately, YouTube limits my time per video. So if I have to carry it into another one, I will. Lord, that you would give people an ear to hear and an open heart to be able to discern, Father, your word and exactly what you meant by the words written in these 2 chapters. I'm going to read from Matthew 23 and 24. I'm going to read the complete chapters, and we can get into some discussion after that. But this is in reference to not just Mr. Camping, but any other Pharisee, any other scribe, any, let's just call it what it is these days, televangelists who choose to read the word for how they want it to read and not for how it's really written. You see, this book wasn't written to confuse, confound, or make people feel inferior when they open it to read it. It wasn't meant for people to say, I can't understand it. It's too confusing for me. Our Father wrote this, had this book written, words inspired by him, and it wasn't meant to be hard. If it was meant to be hard to understand, then only the few, like the Catholic Church does, only the few would be allowed to teach the word and read the word. You wouldn't have the freedom to go out and pick up a Bible in this country. If there wasn't something so fearful to certain people in this world about the word, it wouldn't be outlawed in countries, and it wouldn't be a black market item in certain parts of the world. It has to be snuck in, hidden. At any rate, here we go. Matthew 23. Then spake Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to the born, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for the seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father, which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte. And when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, Whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing. But whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater? For whether is greater, the gold, or the temple that sanctifieth the gold? And whosoever shall swear by the gate, swear by the altar, it is nothing. But whosoever sweareth by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater? For whether is greater the gift or the altar that sanctifieth the gift? Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar, sweareth by it, and by all things thereon. And whoso shall swear by the temple, sweareth by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. And he that shall swear by heaven, sweareth by the throne of God, and by him that sitteth thereon. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat, and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! Because ye build the tombs of the prophets, and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, If we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up then the measure of your fathers, ye serpents, ye generation of vipers. How can ye escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathered her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. It's pretty plain. Jesus didn't care for the scribes and the Pharisees, the ones who put on a big show for everybody in the public, but behind the scenes and after dark, we're doing the very things that they told people they shouldn't be. They were breaking all the laws that they had memorized in their brain, but not imprinted on their hearts. It even goes as far as to say that any of us who would follow after these Pharisees and scribes, any of us who would believe the things that they say and exalt them, put them up high, look up to them, put them on a pedestal, that we would be headed for hell twice as fast as them. I mean, really what the chapter is saying, folks, is that you look to God and God only. I mean, our children are looking, you know, they see the superheroes. Oh, I want to be like that. I want those kinds of powers. My son said that the other day. I said, really? Seems to me that you should really have Jesus Christ as your hero, buddy, because he has more powers than any 100 superheroes you could ever imagine. Wouldn't it be much more fun to heal the sick, raise the dead, help the blind see, than just merely lifting a train above your head? He said, yeah, that would be a lot more fun, wouldn't it, Dad? Anyway, I'm going to have to continue in the next video with chapter 24. And that one will be a little more interesting. Mr. Harold Camping, I consider you a Pharisee. Mr. Joel Osteen, you're a Pharisee. Plain and simple. Anybody out there teaching a rapture? Christian escapism, that's what I like to call it. Good old-fashioned escapism for the Christian world. Say the prayer and you're in. When the stuff hits the fan, don't worry, God's just going to pluck you right out of here. You're going to go poof into thin air, and you're gone. You don't have to be worried. You don't worry about nothing. You're not going to suffer at all. And some would say, well, I'm a Christian and I've suffered plenty in my life. Really? Have you really? Show me the nail holes through your wrist. Show me the crown of thorns on your head. Even metaphorically speaking, show it to me. Some have, but not all of us. Show me the cat o' nine tails marks across your back. The rips in your flesh. Did you descend into hell? No. Do we have rough times in life? Yeah, we all do. Especially after you say the prayer. Especially after you give your life to Christ. Because now you're a target. Number one. Before you were doing the devil's work. Even though you thought you were a really good person. You just were really, really nice. You were still doing the devil's work. Now you're not. So you're a target. He's got to figure out how to get you back. I'm going to end this video with two things. One is a conversation between a man and Satan. Satan looks at the man and says, I know everything you've ever done. The man chuckles a little and he says, that's okay. I know your future. With that, continue to walk in the way of Yahushua, and may Yahweh bless and protect you always, and those that you love and care about. Amen.